Okay, it's Wednesday, and this is the first live stream experiment in a long time on YouTube. We're going to see how it goes. It's still me, it's still you, we're just in a different area. Okay, let's do it. And there we are. We're streaming live from YouTube. I want to see how this goes, and I'll tell you why. Let me frame myself on here a little better. I'll tell you why. Yesterday after streaming live, first of all, let's get the business correct. I want to wish everyone a happy Wednesday morning. Coffee cheers to you. If you woke up today and if you're watching this, that means you're still alive. That means there's still a chance. That means you're still in the game, my friend. Now let's talk about why we're here. Yesterday, I did a 30-minute live stream on Instagram. I've been using Instagram because it was just what I've been using. I haven't really been streaming on YouTube much. What's up, Jen? She said, yeah, wow, a live stream on YouTube with squirrels and everything. Yeah, true. So what happened was yesterday we had a morning coffee fam meetup live stream on Instagram that was about 30 minutes. What's up, Mickey? It was about a 30-minute stream. And when I got done, my phone, Instagram would not download the video to my phone. And I had to do this whole process to get it onto my phone and then upload it to YouTube. So it showed me that there is it's obviously a bit of a breakdown to go from Instagram to YouTube to everything. What's up, Bolo? I can see these chats so far. They're just one at a time and they fade in and they fade out. I'm not sure how that is going to work. But I almost lost the video. I had to actually go online. I had to post it to my IGTV. Luckily, I was able to do that. Then I had to go on the internet and figure out how to download an Instagram IGTV, and then I was able to get it to my Mac and then airdrop it to my phone and then upload it to YouTube. So that kind of just showed me like there is a breakdown in the flow of my work process. So we're going to try this out, man. Top of the morning to you. I'm going to attempt to push a few buttons and see what happens. Hide all chat messages, live chat, all messages are visible. I want to do that. Whoops, not super chat. I pushed the wrong button. Live chat, all messages are visible. Coffee cheers. Jay Lee, what's happening? Good to see you guys here. Thanks for tuning in. This is the first one on YouTube, and I used to do this a long time ago. And I want to see, number one, I wanted to say hello. What's up, Jerome? I wanted to say hello to everyone, have a cup of coffee with you, talk a little bit, and then I'm going to review the video, see how the quality looks, see how the audio works, and possibly just move it to streaming here live on YouTube. I would say YouTube is one of the most fascinating social networks for me, absolutely. Facebook and Twitter, I have no interest in. I actually deleted Facebook off my phone again recently. And messages, I don't get any messages, I don't see anything on Facebook. It's become a swamp of hatred and misery. And Twitter, kind of the same. I follow some really interesting people on Twitter though. Facebook is really the worst. That seems to be where the most toxic behavior happens. So I'm not going to use it anymore for a while. Twitter I still like because I do follow some interesting people, artists, musicians. Hey Monty, what's happening? Good to see you every day too. And I've just started following some Bitcoin, cryptocurrency type stuff, blockchain people, and some of the NFT artists that are popping up. which I barely even can wrap my head around what all that stuff is, but it does seem like an interesting world is opening up that the mainstream world is not paying attention to, sort of like the internet back in the day. Seems like the world's changing in a real big way. And if you're still, this is one of these thoughts that goes through my head. Oh, we got a ground squirrel outside. Hoover, he's here to hoover up everything. But one of the thoughts that go through my head is we're living in a post-everything world. We're living in a it's like everything has changed, but we're still hanging on, we're still going through the process, and that's why things seem so strange. It seems like we're kind of in a post-office building, work environment world. We're kind of in a post-US government, like government world. That whole machine is crumbling. We're in like a post-money world, but it's still transitioning. We're in a post-news world, like that's an industry that I don't think will exist in the future. We're in a post office world, but it still kind of exists to send spam and stuff and letters every once in a while to your mailbox. We're living in a possibly a post-car ownership world, a post-fossil fuels world, a post-everything. Education, a post-college. Like I don't think college is going to be a thing anymore. I think education is going to move online and into our homes. I think work is going to move there. Our financial system could completely shift to the blockchain and crypto if that happens. It's just an interesting time to be alive. And I'm trying to look into the future and remain focused on what's coming instead of trying to hold on to what's come and is now going. Does that make any sense? We are living in a post-everything world, but the transition just hasn't been made yet. And that kind of seems like that might be one of the biggest problems. Anyway, that's just my thought of the day, just to get things warmed up. Good to see you guys. And I missed the message, but someone asked what kind of microphone I'm using, and I hate to tell you, I don't know the model of this lavalier mic. I can look it up and post it in the description. Yeah, forward thinking. You know, people like, I'm just ready to figure out what's next. I'm not really concerned with what was, what has been, what was. I'm more excited and inspired by what is to come. But yeah, so the lavalier mic, I'm not sure what brand it is. I'll post it in somewhere in the comments or in the description if I can find it. It was a relatively cheap lavalier mic from Amazon. And I'll tell you this, if you want to get into YouTube, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Like right now I'm using an iPhone, and this lavalier mic was probably 20 bucks, 30 bucks. I used to have a bigger microphone, a USB mic that I think was $29. You can start with anything. It's like anything else. You want to start a band, you don't need fancy gear. You need an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar with strings on it and some ideas. You don't have to have a fancy camera. I'm using an iPhone. I have been thinking of upgrading my camera because, man, the things that these DSLR and I don't even know what they're all called, but you see some of these YouTube channels and it looks like a feature film. It looks like it was shot by a Hollywood movie studio. And the cameras, you see them, they link them in their descriptions, and they range from $600 to $2,000, even higher for some. But for me, I've always liked to keep it simple, but I might upgrade the camera. Possibly. Because I like this little world that I've created via my blog, my forum, Mad Society, my social media, and especially YouTube. One of my favorite singers is a guy named Mike Patton. And if you know who Mike Patton is and you like him, coffee cheers to you. He's one of these guys that if I meet someone and they like Mike Patton, I know we're going to be friends. If I meet someone and they just despise him, I know it's probably not going to work out. There's some TV shows that are the same way for me. They're kind of predictors, kind of gate, kind of like we're not going to get along if you don't like Mike Patton, but if you do and you're into everything that he's ever done, we're probably going to get along really well. But one great quote from him, he was the singer for a band called Faith No More in the 90s. They were huge, and then they derailed themselves and started playing scary metal and crazy music and just kind of didn't want to be a pop band, pop stars. But they're legendary for those of us that were there, who were there at the time. And he's been in 1,000 projects, and he's one of the most interesting guys in music, probably the best singer of our lifetimes, has definitely the biggest range. He was voted the #1 best range, highest and lowest voice in rock and roll, probably history. But he was doing an interview about the music industry, and they said, you were top 40 #1 band for a while, you were playing stadiums, and he said, and then it kind of went away. And they said, how do you feel about the music industry now? And he said, the music industry sucks. He said, all that was a mess. It was a disaster. And he said, what I've figured out, because he started his own record label, he has like 13 bands going at all times, all these different projects. He said, what I've figured out is in music, you have to kind of find your own corner in hell and try to make it as nice as possible. You have to kind of make your own corner in hell and try to make it as good as possible. And that's the way I feel about the internet and life in general. Life is, society's a mess. The internet is a mess right now. It's all a mess. But you can create your own little corner in hell and have a coffee with your friends, talk a little smack, and try to make it something good. And it may not become the next viral sensation, but it's a little corner in hell that we can all hang out together, coffee cheers, talk about weird stuff, whatever happens, and try to make it a nice place to be. Sometimes we might even play the guitar. Fun stuff. Anyway, this is turning out pretty cool. I see that most of our regular YouTube viewers are here. And there's a few more people here than on Instagram. Imagine that. When you stream in the place where the video is watched the most, more people show up. So one thing I want you guys to do for me right now while we're on here, I have a request. And I've been watching some other YouTubers, and this seems to be a thing. Right now the video it has a few likes. I want everybody who's watching right now to like the video. Because I believe what happens if you all like the video, every single one of us, press the like button real quick. There you go. I see a few. Come on. There we go. Thank you. A couple more. Amazing. Thank you guys. Let's see if we can get it up a couple more. Because what happens is if you're live streaming and people are liking the video, it tells YouTube that this is something that people are watching, and they will be more inclined to put your live stream into more places. So thank you for the little, we actually quadrupled the likes on the video. So thank you. We're just experimenting. It's Wednesday. I'm glad everybody could make it here today. We've been streaming for 15 minutes. It's probably about long enough. I don't have much going on. I was able to work out today. We're in an A-B split test. Yeah. Everything in life is an A-B split test. I was able to work out today for the first time, second time this week. Took it very light, but was able to work out. And worked on some music last night, a really interesting song. Had another little piece of a mushroom and it felt fantastic. Just a tiny little crumb. And it felt pretty good. All right. I want everybody to have a great day out there. It's Wednesday. You can do whatever you want with your life. I give you permission. Even if things aren't going well, do whatever you want. Be happy. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to wrap it up. My cell phone battery, my iPhone battery is actually very low, so I want to go before it just cuts off. But this is a cool thing. I like streaming on YouTube so far. I'm going to review it, check out the audio and the video, and see how it goes. So if you haven't yet liked the video, I want to see how many likes it can get. And then we're going to leave it up and watch the stream and see how it goes. And if this looks okay, you guys review it with me. If it looks okay, what's up, Monty? Keep coming back. Boy, have I heard that before. Keep coming back. That's an old AA phrase. And if this all works out, we may do this again tomorrow on YouTube. And next time I'll charge my battery up a little bit more and we'll be able to stream a little bit longer. Okay? So I think this is a successful test. We're going to coffee cheers on the way out. Remember, life is strange, society's weird, and most people suck. A lot of people suck, not most. Most loud people suck. But you can always make your own corner in hell and try to make it as nice as possible. Coffee cheers. All right, Jay Lee, good to see you. And if I remember correctly, you were a friend of my dad's or my dad's cousin, so it's great to see you. R.I.P. Charlie Apollon Darras, my man, a lunatic from my childhood, but boy, do I miss him. Coffee cheers on the way out. Y'all have a great day, and as always, I will see you in the future.